welcome to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemon Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot.
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough, and Chrissy,
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
we're sure you'll giggle a little.
and learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Tim,
And I'm mental.
and we are Everyone Racers, and welcome to a Siata episode 438. No, you heard me correctly. Not Miata.
Oh.
Siata. For those of you that aren't schooled in obscure Italian sports cars, Siata, which stands for Società Italiana Autotrasformazione Accessori, or in English, Italian Car Transformation Accessories Company. It was an Italian car tuning shop and manufacturer founded in 1926 by amateur racer Giorgio Ambrosini. Siata initially sold performance parts to modify and tune cars manufactured by Fiat. After World War II, the company began making its own sports cars under the Siata brand, and in its eventual bankruptcy following the first Arab oil embargo in the mid-70s. The Siata 300 BC Barchetta, ST 438 BC chassis was one of the final examples of the Siata 300 BC. It was a lightweight Italian sports car developed in the early 50s by the Turin-based company Siata. It was built with elegant coachwork and a small but lively Fiat-based four-cylinder engine. The 300 BC was designed primarily for amateur racers and sports car enthusiasts, weighing very little and producing 51 massive horsepower. These cars earned a reputation for being nimble, handling, and surprisingly performance-driven, often being described as baby Ferrari because they offered similar driving excitement at a fraction of the cost.
Looks like a 3/4 scale AC Ace.
And 3/4 of the cost. This one sold in 16 for $198,000.
Yeah,
It's probably the best one in existence.
I mean,
but, yeah.
probably, but that's still a lot. Made it sound
Mental,
like
you're the only one that can share a screen if you want to share.
Oh, shit.
If not,
Sorry.
go to the link in the doobity doobs.
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
They
Do, do,
changed
do,
this.
do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Everybody
Oh,
can
that's
share. There you go. Now share.
Now share. No, mental. No, mental.
It's over, Johnny. Hey, Mental, what are you working on?
Oh,
Nothing
no.
car related. We went down to the Mirage is becoming the Hard Rock. And because the Hard Rock became the Hollywood,
Good.
and they were building the big guitar, and so they were famous for having the volcano and the Mirage sign. So the Neon Museum had a special relighting of the Mirage sign there at the Neon Museum. So we went and did that, and that was a wonderful time. And then we've just been cheering for the Golden Knights. So hopefully they take the cup.
That's in the
So I'm learning
ice
about hockey.
stick, right? Yeah. Ice stick. Good.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Good.
I don't think
Great.
the rest of it have been working on that much, really.
Nope.
frankly.
Nope, we haven't.
More on that in a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Timmy, I know you've done at least one. You've been working on stuff for like at least a day. You know, you got a couple of things maybe.
Yeah, well, I got back really late Sunday from the race, like 12:30 in the morning, late. And as my penance for racing on
All the
one
time.
weekend and then racing again the next weekend, I had a nice to-do list on the table left by my wife, who's currently at a conference in New Orleans. So one of the things was to fix the window in the Miata that we bought from DJ 914. So she was driving home from Virginia. Well, actually, from Philly. We took a half a trip to Philly. So a solid 7.5, 8 hour drive with a turbo Miata, super fun. No air conditioning, not super fun. 90 degrees, not super fun. And she stopped for a drink and some fuel and had to run to make a body stop. And of course, she rolls all the windows up to lock the car because her purse and luggage and everything's in there. And when she comes back out, passenger window goes down, driver window goes third of the way down. That's it. So it was just getting hung up on one of the cables inside the door skin. So I fixed that. So now she has a working window. But there is a small little drippity drip on the driveway of oil that I'm going to need to investigate when I get back from High Plains. So
It's Miata. It's normal.
It's a 25-year-old car. Something.
I registered the car today, and I brought the title and the bill of sale, which I had to do it post facto because I didn't know I needed one because the title had all the information on it. But she goes, "Yeah, the car's over 25 years old. We don't give you a title." I was like, "Wait, what?" I don't like. She goes, "Yeah, keep the old one, but here's your registration and some plates. Go away." I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
It's me.
yeah, and now I'm swapping my helmet. Yeah, it's still America here. That's just say
Ish.
So I'm swapping my helmet back to my 2015, so I can use like all the things in it, my comms and everything else, because I want to use that for this race. But Willow,
you
yes,
might be in trouble.
Both of you.
Can you do that?
why?
They said May, the Thunderhill race was the last time they were supposed to accept the 2015s.
I thought it was through the end of the year, except Jersey.
It was not what I got.
I got a new one, so I don't know.
Damn it.
Check the regs.
Well, if only you knew someone you could ask about this tomorrow.
I'll be texting a couple of people that I know as soon as we get off this podcast.
That would be very
Confirm
convenient.
things. Yeah.
Or it probably says on the website. I'm sure it's not a secret. People need to know this other than you.
I'll check. I thought it was only Jersey, but maybe I misread that.
Why
because
can't you just set your comms in? We can add that to what are we working
I mean, they're
on?
both Stilos, right? So
It's the same comm set. I just have to I'm just moving them back and forth between the helmets. I was trying to get like 4 more races out of this helmet before I sweat the new one up. That's all.
Oh. Okay.
okay.
Or bring the new one to tech.
Well, flying with 2 helmets is
Oh,
significantly
you're
harder than
right. I
flying with
forgot.
1 helmet.
All right. So Lemons will accept SA 2015 helmets through 1/1/2027.
That's what I thought. Yay me!
Yay you.
Yep, I just found that same spot in the rules. Fantastic.
Well,
I think they had to go back to 2020s for Jersey because New Jersey.
Only Jersey, because only Jersey. You understand? You know what I'm talking about?
surprised.
We only like the new shit. None of
They
that
make
old
our
shit.
own rules.
No old shit. Only new shit.
We make our own rules. That's absolutely true. Yes, correct. Anyway, okay. Done, Timo?
Yes.
Done? Okay, great. So last week before New Jersey, we were at the Jersey Beach with the family. So I believe we recorded from the beach, right? So we had some great beach days.
Technically, it's the shore.
Depends on
I'm gonna go with Mental on this. I think it's the
shore.
shore.
Yeah, you were down the shore.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, down shore.
Okay, fine. Beach shore. We were at the shore at the beach. How about that? That's true. With the family, and then we headed over to Jersey. So it was nice to see them and have time at the beach. We ran on the boardwalk, which was epic, and had lots of seafood. Yeah, it was a great time. Nice vacation.
Running at sea level with no hills is amazing.
It's amazing.
Right.
So that's where we were. I think that's it. And we did Chris did a nice job setting up my comms in my new helmet, which is awesome. So I got to use that this weekend, which is so much fun.
Yeah, the Bell helmet that Chrissy got. When you take off not just a cheek pad, but the entire like front lower face part. It's a styrofoam piece that has kind of channels built in the backside of it, one of which was exactly the right size to fit the boom mic. And then the wiring, I just had a little notch in one little spot. It fit really, really well. So
Yay.
here's a top tip.
Nice.
And then you
Yep.
were, should we share your other work?
I'm working on the fire system right now. I noticed our fire bottle was expired last weekend or weekend before that. And it was
Expired.
expired in March. Great. So when I went to the local race shop, Wine Country Motorsports, to get it filled, they're like, yeah, we don't do that here. Plus, your bottle in general is 9 years old. It's going to expire in general in 1 year. You really want to have it refilled now when it's got 1 year? I was like, no. So we ordered a new one from Spa, and it showed up while we were gone. So I opened it yesterday, and it's different. It is much smaller in diameter, and it takes a 5/16 tubing instead of the quarter-inch tubing that I have in the car. So yesterday I proceeded to see if it was possible to swap the nozzle fittings on the end of it from one to the other. Yes, it is. So that's great. So now I have to shorten up the mounting brackets to hold the smaller bottle. Those are all stainless steel. And so I got into the race car in the trailer with a passenger seat in it when I can't open any of the doors and have to reach way around with the wrenches and unbolt the brackets and finally get it out. So now I have to cut them shorter, and I'm going to rivet them back in place instead of welding because it's all stainless. And that'll get them the right size so I can mount the new bottle using all the old
Is it
mounts.
just the stretchy mounts with the little doopity-doop? Is that what you have?
Nope. It is a stainless steel band that has a bolt that goes through the end. It's got loops on both sides and a bolt through the end and a wing nut. So it's very secure.
So the bottle is too small, the new one?
Much too small. 4.5 inches instead of 6 inches diameter. So it's fine. Just shortening up the straps. That'll work. Just one more thing, but not a big deal.
Yep, it'll be done. It's got to be done. So we can praise. Okay, let's move on. News and notes time.
So under the title of, some of you will be irrationally excited for this. I know Chrissy definitely will be. Harbor Freight is expanding its bucket line. Well, it's actually reducing it. Last week, the discount tool vendor plastered their social media with miniature versions of their well-known 5-gallon buckets. This is actually following a trend from other hardware stores releasing their own mini buckets. Harbor Freight has not announced a release date, but they did confirm these buckets are food safe, so they can be used for drinks and cocktails.
I was just going to ask, how many ounces are those buckets?
And they will retail for $3.
Pay attention, people who are looking for good bribes. You bring us a nice cocktail in a Harbor Freight bucket.
Buckets.
My first question was, what do I do with said bucket? Second of all, I would have not thought of putting a beverage in it. Third of all, why isn't it free?
Okay,
so
probably will
you
be.
totally would have thought of putting a beverage in it. You just didn't think about it, but you'd have been like, "Oh yeah, we could totally put a rum and coke in that. Oh, just drill a hole, put a straw. It's perfect."
My little
Just didn't
bucket.
think of it yet.
Yes, right.
How have they not made a proper double insulated drinking container that looks like the Harbor Freight bucket?
A big dumb Harbor Freight cup.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Like the Stanley.
Are you
but
sure
it looks
that
like a
doesn't
Harbor
exist?
Freight bucket.
Yeah.
This is a Harbor Freight version of the Yeti.
Yeah,
we call them Freddy's.
$9 forever. They're fantastic. We use them every day. Freddy's.
It needs to look like a bucket and be red.
So
Say Harbor Freight in misprinted white.
We need buckets for something. And I was like, it'd be great. Let's go to Harbor Freight. We needed something else there. And then we opened the website and they're like, free bucket this weekend. And I'm like, yeah, free bucket.
So then we split up our purchase. So we each got a free bucket.
That's how cheap we are.
You have no idea how many uses you have for a bucket until you have enough buckets.
Correct.
Yep.
And now we have a lot of buckets. And now
you can get a chickens bucket.
We have a chicken bucket and a garage bucket and other buckets.
There you go.
All the buckets. Okay. Moving on from buckets.
Buckets.
Are you or someone you know in the market for a classic Chevy, including wagons, 2-doors, 4-doors, 409 cars, and the El Camino? Yes. Are you? I have an option for you. Do you live near Nebraska? No? That's fine too. From Caleb Jacobs at The Drive, over 300 classic Chevys are going up for auction on October 3rd. Vanderbeek Auction will be selling off many of its fine vehicles with an online auction option on the off chance you don't live near Fremont, Nebraska, which most people don't. You have to hear more about the subscription. Picture this in all caps with exclamations. More details coming, dash pictures coming on this big auction, exclamation point. Over 250 Impalas, exclamation point. Chevelle Tri-5 pickups and more, exclamation point. Live, spelled wrong, on site and online, exclamation point. You won't want to miss it, exclamation point. These are just preliminary pictures. You can check out this video of many different varieties of Chevys that will be included in the auction. Looks like some are just parts cars, others appear to be running and driving. And if you happen to find one and buy one, let us know.
I'm guessing
would
the
be a
social
great
media
thing.
guy had the day off because you don't spell these with a 6.
No. Now, if someone really wants to do a good Lemons car from that field, try to find a 65 Impala sedan. And then you can make it into a copy of Judge Phil's Hell Project Impala, which if you have not read that 25-part series that he wrote about it, it is great.
It's on his
And even though
Substack, which you should all be subscribed to anyway.
Yeah. So even if even though Judge Phil is not judging anymore, if you were to make a copy of Judge Phil's Impala, it would be very well received by whoever might be judging.
Cool. He's going to be there this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he'll offer me beers from his van. Like, it's not creepy at all.
Terrifying.
Well, you see them back in the 1850s. There was this guy's another.
Actually, what
He's
I
hysterical.
really get excited
He's
about is if
hysterical.
he makes any more hot sauce, because he's got a pepper garden and he's got some hot sauce that he has to like make with a respirator and gloves, because it is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking forward to seeing Phil among all the other fun people we're going to see this weekend.
Okay, don't jump. We're talking about this later.
I know.
Keep going.
All right, Timmy, where are we at?
Well, it's time, Mental. Why don't you show me your junk?
Oh, wow.
Now, lots of you consider yourself above racing near crap cans. Many of you expect your crap can to come with some provenance and a backstory, a celebrity race car, if you will. Well, no worries, because Racing Junk has you covered. Consider this: 2000 Toyota Celica GTS. Full SCCA cage and setup. It comes with the belts, the race seat, reps for Ace Prepped interior, new Hoosier slicks, which are illegal in most endurance series. But this is no ordinary race prepped Toyota Celica. It is a retired Long Beach Grand Prix celebrity race car. Yes, this Toyota Celica was originally driven by the Denver Broncos' own John Elway and actor William Shatner. In 2001, he finished 6th. The price, $8,500. The location is Los Angeles. The ad, cheap, only 3 pictures. Shatner's chariot deserves a pro membership.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, if you show up with this and I'm judging and you want to run those slicks that are 43 years old or whatever the hell they are, no penalty. You go right ahead.
No penalty, but you won't pass the safety inspection. You won't get through TAC.
But you can try.
Like we have people do at New Jersey.
By the way, I like Chris likes to bust about 3 people, and I'm sure I hear about it in New Jersey each Sunday because they think they're only going to win. And not once, not in the history of Lemons, has anyone ever won because they ran on racing slicks. Lots of teams have lost, though.
Especially if you get parts.
Had
Okay,
a
I'm
rookie
coming.
team.
Oh.
Yeah, had a rookie team show up at Black Flag, and I'm like, those are interesting tires. Where'd you guys get them? They came with the car when we bought it. I'm like, okay, because you're about to go take them off, and then you're going to come back and see me again, and then I'll decide whether or not you're going back out.
We might have done that a couple times because Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're ready. Upcoming races.
Lemons is at High Plains. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Lucky Dog is at Oregon Raceway Park. The dog days of summer. There'll be 27 cars.
Plenty of room.
10 of them are BMWs, 7 Miatas, goose egg on the Hondas, a Porsche, an MR2, a Focus, a 350Z, a Mustang, a dang old Camaro, and a Volvo 244.
And that's actually the whole list. That's every single car.
Every car.
Right?
Yeah.
We were very specific.
All right. ChampCar is at Audubon for the Joliet Grand Prix at Audubon. Yep. Anyway, 47 cars, 10 BMWs, which is boring, 14 Miatas, which is so boring, 2 Hondas, 0 Porsches, a 93 Probe,
A Pobe.
280 ZX,
A
Pobe,
Oh,
78 Malibu SS, and nothing else interesting.
Nothing.
Have a good time, everybody.
You do have fun.
Audubon is in
Sure.
Joliet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
We
I
just said
just
Audubon
said it.
twice.
Twice.
Which
yeah.
Yes. Anyway.
Sorry.
Okay, it's race. Oh. It's
No,
race.
no,
It's just fun to say. Audubon.
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 It was
Ready
my
now?
fault for typing it
Yeah.
up that way.
No.
Sorry,
It's
Chrissy.
fine.
I know you're trying so hard.
It's race time. All right, we're going to talk about NJMP. We'll see if we can give you a couple little stories going on here. We are talking about the awards. So winner on A was Boston Wieners for their 444 E46. They were not leading most of the race. The Class B winner, which is 63 Scope Creep Racing in their Dodge Omni, raced most of the race was leading. They did a really good job. They were leading most of Saturday and most of Sunday. They started
last like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, they started to falter just a little bit. They were having some problems. The team came over and were like, well, we're hoping it's going to work. And then they had to do, I guess, I think I saw them pushing the car through the paddock. So I'm pretty sure they had to do a quick stop for something in addition to a fuel stop. So they let 444 go in front of them. So they won class, but came in second, which was awesome. So they did really well, and obviously are going to A and going to hopefully win in the coming future. So good for them. Class C went to the 363 El Chupacabra in their Ford Fiesta that has a Fiesta ST swap. And I believe while they didn't tell us it was real, they are affiliated with Scope Creep. So they're a well-built car, well-run team. They also gave Judge Randy a large sword battle axe
It's a battle
welded.
axe made out of a semi-truck cam and a half of a saw blade and half of a something else.
So they did a really good job, because we didn't realize until on Sunday, until they were doing very well in their class, did we not even ask them to open their hood, because they came over and said, we have this for Judge Randy. We'd like to show him. And we're like, oh my God. And we bring Randy over and we said, oh my God, this is amazing. And we don't even look at the car, and we just let them go through. Not that we probably would have done much with it, but yes.
Yeah, we knew that car already had a modern swap in it. It had a 1-liter turbo 3-cylinder from a modern Fiesta. So like when it didn't sound like an old Fiesta, okay, fine. It doesn't sound like an old Fiesta, right? Now it has a 1.6-liter 4-cylinder turbo.
Yes. I think
they also swapped a front suspension into the back. And when they were telling us about it, we're like, well, that'll work great. Good for
it sounds
you guys. I don't know.
fine, right? And
But
then they
did. So,
they did
yeah,
fine.
okay. It's still all this janky work at a 1980 Fiesta. Have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. And it all just happened to work well for them. So yeah, good job for them, guys.
A note on the overall winner, Boston Wieners. They've won plenty of times, right? But usually for years, they were boring and annoying and a gray car that said nothing on it.
And they did have a pretty bad, neutral to bad attitude too. They were like, real racers, we don't like your shit. Just kind of meh.
They have totally turned the corner. They showed up hard at BS with an autocross theme, like CrossFit, auto CrossFit. They tied the toe strips to the front and they're swinging them like the big ropes. They're doing like running through the cones they put up. They did all kinds of stuff. It took a while, and they were fully committed to this bit.
Like the whole team, there was probably there's like 15 of them, right? Or there's 10, like there's the whole team. And there was like, I was on the other side of the road, so I didn't see it, but like they had like chalk and they were like chalking all each other. And like, I guess it's like lifting chalk or something.
Rolling tires, their race tires, but still like they were doing all of the things in penalty.
Nice.
In BS. Like they leaned into actually trying to have a good theme, and they were laughing and they were having fun with it.
Yeah.
So it's not the same, steely-eyed real racers that it used to be years ago. So like I don't feel as bad not giving them.
They did that
because
the
they're
first
trying.
New Hampshire race you guys missed. They were the wieners, and they were wearing wiener costumes and doing wiener things, and they had one of the children, and they called him the cocktail weenie.
Yeah.
They're a lot more fun to be around.
It's nice to see them kind of come around a little bit, and that's great. Yep. And their driving is cleaned up a bit over the years too, so they're not quite as aggressive as they were.
Yeah.
So
version 2.0,
right?
Yeah. 5 out of 5 stars.
Yep. All right, heroic fix. This was originally we had planned to give this to a newbie team in a Golf R. And you're like, a Golf R? That's a allowing lemons. Yep, you're damn right. This one had almost 300,000 miles and rusted in places that I didn't expect a thing could rust.
No, no. Like the door handle was full of rust. I'm like, why the door handle
there? I don't get it. Anyway, so they had a new team. They replaced a total of 2 parts on this car before they showed up. One of them was the clutch slave cylinder, which is in the bell housing, and they got that replacement part from Amazon. It gets
better. It gets better.
I forget what the other part was, but they got that one from Temu, and that's the grand total of the work they had done. It
was something important,
and they didn't. Yeah, but so which one of those failed? Well, it was the clutch save cylinder from Amazon failed, and it's in the bell housing. They didn't have spare, so they kind of sort of got it working. That they had a gear, and they had 9 drivers, so they would send everyone out for a couple laps.
I think they got 20. They got 20. So everybody got 2 laps.
They
legit.
ended up with 29 laps, and I think 7 of the 9 people got the drive.
Like that.
So we were all right, screwed. But must be present to win.
No, was it supposed to be heroic?
That's right. That was Fix. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's Fix. Yes.
Right. It was Fix. So, but anyway, that must be present to win. So that didn't get it. So instead, it went to our friends, the Silver Errors in their Chrysler Crossfire. They had a bad crash on testing day when a father was pushing their kid a little too hard to go faster, and he crashed into the wall coming down the straight, right where our 300ZX did a couple years ago, and the entire left side is very well.
Sounds like they could have listened to a virtual track walk that would have warned them.
You could have.
Yeah. So
I think they were too good for that.
Suspension parts broke, the radiator broke, the entire cool shirt, cooler mounts, the welds snapped off. It was pretty bad.
It was bad.
I spent a lot.
I did see their Instagram that said the trick is to get the crash out of the way early so you've got time to fix it.
Ish. Yeah.
And they did. And they went out, and the right side, this car's two-faced now. The right side looks really nice. The left side,
not so much. No.
Bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
They were
and the sketchiest of sketchy repairs.
Oh yeah.
What
about the
spring compressor with a ratchet strap and the bolt that goes through the lower control arm? They had a camber kit from wherever aftermarket that you can never get, which shattered. So they had to put the factory ones back in both sides, and that bolt is skinnier than the stock bolt. So they wrapped a monster can around it to make it big enough to fit in and not have any wobble. It was insane.
Yeah, but it worked. So can't be that insane. Yeah. All right. I got screwed. Went to Wrong Way Racing. They had 3 cars. They had a Miata, which they put a fancy Braille lightweight battery in it, and that caused a voltage spike and fried half the electronics in their car. Great. They also had an E36 that just wasn't running right. They couldn't figure out why. They took their ECU over another car and it started that other car fine. So it's like, well, it's not the ECU. It's got to be the wiring harness. So they proceeded then to try to swap the entire engine wiring harness unsuccessfully. That car got a couple laps and they brought this beautiful 65 Nova that was, done up nice, with, 5-link rear, it was clean, but it was an Oklahoma car. It looked great. And that caught on fire when a power steering line rubbed on something and, various other problems. So the total number of laps their car that they got was like 40 for all three cars. And none of them were running at the end of the weekend.
Yeah. Bad time for them.
Rough time over with those folks.
Yeah.
Now this week, we had a Lemons car turn its 8 millionth lap of Lemons. 8 million laps haven't happened in this series so far. And Eric, of course, statistician that he has, figured out how many laps needed to be, when it was, and figured out which car it actually was to take the 8th million lap. And it was a black Saab 9.3 in their number 93 Saab story. Like, they're so creative. That car took that 8 millionth lap, and about 4 laps later, lost a wheel.
Yeah.
On track. So very appropriate. All right. Special award for here. We call it the Rookie of the Race Award. She's going to tell you all about it.
I was. Yes. Okay, great. So, so we had been bouncing around, really not sure what to do with the rookie or with what their special regional award was going to be. And we really love this team. So the Freddie Dunning-Kruger effect in a Miata. They have I don't know if it's a family, but it's a bunch of really nice people, like really, really nice. So they had been clean all weekend. I don't think they had any flags until like maybe 2 hours before the end of the race, maybe even less. And they're so apologetic. There's a woman driving and she passes under yellow and she's so upset. And, like, do you know you're here? No. Okay, well, you probably passed under that. She's like, maybe I did, but I'm so sorry. And the rest of the team comes over. They're so sorry. And they're like, we wanted to win the Rookie of the Race award. And I was like, but they got a black flag. So they're like, we can't do that now. I think they were kind of kidding, but they were already in the running of like this group of people that we really liked. And so as soon as we were talking about it and their name came up, I was like, they literally just came through here and said that they wanted to win the Rookie of the Race award. And I was like, we were like, done, no problem. So they won the special award named right after them.
That's awesome.
Very nice. Clean, nice people.
Yeah, totally.
Low key good.
Hold on. They also made the best.
Low key good.
They made a whole box of goodies. One of them being the best chocolate peanut butter cups you will ever have ever. They brought you. They had a milk
That's
and
a
dark.
lemons judge making that claim. That's bold. Wow.
OMG.
I believe you. I'm just saying.
They stayed in the staff fridge, and every once in a while, somebody would come out eating them. And we didn't even go through them all, which is kind of amazing. But that alone made it so that we were like, check mark plus, right? Like, they're nice and they made great stuff. So amazing.
Rock on.
Judge's Choice was another rookie team. They showed up with another like 1980 Ford Fiesta that was super clean, but like still running 13-inch wheels, still had the Ford Kent engine.
They only brought one set of wheels and tires. One set.
No spare.
Their families were...
and the tires were terrible.
No, but the family was like, the wife of somebody was like, are you sure you don't want another set? And they're like, nope, we're good. So, yeah. And then they lost a wheel, but they got the wheel back. So they were able to use that wheel. Yes.
But they were super nice the whole time. The Late for Tacos was their team name. They brought us delicious tacos a couple times. Again, rookies with a great attitude and a terrible car, and just kept making it work and being friendly and nice. So that was good for Judge's Choice. Org Choice, if you've ever been in the Northeast in the last couple of years, you have seen the Italian Job Racing Mini Cooper and their entourage, shall we say, and they brought it again this year. Last year, you may remember, they brought a actual confessional out of an old church. They brought it back, except this year they added to it. They brought a architectural salvage pulpit from a church, and they would bring it. They would move it around as needed. So when we had,
they weren't happy about when we told them to move it, but that's fine.
Well, they'd say,
this thing is solid oak. It's solid oak.
They'd show up. All right, local 602 pulpit movers. Come on.
Right. Because we kept asking them.
They'd move it from penalty over so by the tower so Eric could have it for the drivers meeting, for example. And they were just their usual.
We took a lot of good pictures from it. I think you stood
Yeah.
at it for a while. It was.
I mean, tons of food. Their whole shtick was they wanted to get into Laguna Seca, so they were constantly pushing for that the whole time.
Laguna Seca or bust. That's all.
Right.
It was Italian job plus California things. They went above and beyond as they do.
Top. So much energy, so much fun that those people are. So, yeah. And they also blew a motor Saturday, replaced it in like 3 hours. And then they blew another motor on Sunday. Didn't have time
And they
to
parked
replace
it.
that one.
No.
Like that was it.
No. But they were great.
Well, Halloween Meets Gasoline went to the premature apexer in their GTI, and these guys checked all of the bingo boxes.
They were messaging
everyone
me, asking me what you guys wanted. They've been planning this for a while, so I'm really happy to hear that it paid off for them. It's a good team.
They had 200 inflatable guitars that they had the band sign, and they were in costume the whole time. The band manager was walking around. He goes, "I haven't showered in 3 days to really make sure I look the part."
He rubs a cheeseburger on his shirt to make it look dirtier. Like, yeah.
You need to commit that hard, bro. We have to.
He did it. It was great.
Goodness. They had a VIP room with like fake blow on a mirror and like a foot massage thing.
I love the foot massage was clutch. I was like, I used it a couple of times. It was awesome.
Like they threw the potluck. They did a bang up job with the potluck, like set up, tear down. Like they almost tore it down too fast. Like,
I told them,
no, leave it up there for a little while.
They're like, we have to clean, and I was like, they're like, we need to move these tables back. And I was like, we're still partying, let it go. So like, yeah, they.
I love that the guy that showered to commit to the part was like, we have to clean.
Oh no, that wasn't the clean guy. Everybody else was the clean guy. No, yeah. So they had karaoke, and it took a little while to get it off the ground, I think, but we got it done.
We got there. But even they hell blew up on Saturday and still like leaned into it all night, Saturday night, all day Sunday. Like they're like, well, all our junk's broken, so we might as well just theme harder.
Yeah, that's what you do. You don't put it on the trailer and go home.
No, they blew their head gasket so badly that after they pulled the plugs, I videoed the turning it over to get the water out, and it was like 4 solid geysers pop up out of the engine. It was great. And
I mean, they questioned it, and then they were like, well, we're getting the compression tester, and you're like,
let's blow the water
that's
out
not
first. And I'm going to video this first. And then once I was like, nope, that's done. They pulled that anyway. There's chunks missing out of the valves and stuff.
That's not great.
They just kept going with their bit all weekend. They had a bunch of AI songs and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, besides all the AI songs, which I'm still singing, like I still have them stuck in my head. Yeah. They had like a merch table out all weekend. Yeah. So good.
And Sunday morning, they wanted to, again, part of the bit, they kept like walking by us with random little bit things that were super quick, which was good. Don't take the time up. But Sunday morning, they wanted to be waking up in the green room, basically, like they've been crashed there all night after partying. So they wanted to be there when we got there, and they asked someone unnamed what time we might get there and what time they should be in there. And someone told them 6:45, and we don't get there till 8.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not? That's the story I heard.
That is the story, but
okay.
You don't get there at 6:45.
That's correct. True. And they were like, they gave us crap about it. They're like, we've been here forever. And I was like, I'm at work and I got here 1 minute before I'm supposed to be on the clock. Therefore, I'm on time. So this is not a me problem.
Yeah, check your sources, fool.
Right?
Yeah. You have an intel problem.
I want to know who told him that. Oh yeah, 6:45. You well done, not mental ward.
Not mental ward. That's exactly what happened. And they were mad, and they're like, well, we asked him, and I was like, well, he lied to you.
Well, there was your first mistake.
Right?
I was drunk when I said that, Ricky.
I mean, the bit was good. It was funny, but they're like, we've been here forever. And I was like, I started at 8:00. So I showed up at 7:59, not 6:45.
No, like hats off to those guys.
So good.
Class and how to do it. Really well done.
I have to give myself props. I had a heart to heart with them. They said, how can we make this happen? I gave them all the keys to success. They took on the potluck and they did everything I told them to. And they got HMG. So gotta say.
Boom.
Like not even close.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Yep.
This weekend, it's going to be close.
Oh, and there was a lot. There was a
themed
lot.
hard this weekend.
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that
Made
later.
like golf clap for New Jersey for all of the themes. Like,
so
great
good.
Job.
I mean,
Great job.
we had
everybody.
I would say, there's 10, 15 cars that didn't have a theme, like a theme and people and the car. I mean, like very, very few for the Jersey scope of, the number of
Several of
cars.
those got Bob Ross's during the weekend. So
Oh, yes, they did. Yeah. Okay. Last but not least.
And speaking of somebody that deserved it for a while, big shout out to Manny and the IOE winning Sesame Street Outlaws. The Studebaker Commander finally turned more laps than I have fingers and earned the IOE. And it didn't come without drama. They had major suspension problems to the point where
They were welding, they were making, they were fabbing, they were shopping, they were,
Yeah, he was pretty frustrated and pulled it out, and the car turned a bunch of laps on Sunday. So like hats off. That thing is amazing. It wasn't the slowest thing on the track either, which is fantastic. So great job.
Neil drove and said it's basically just a heat generation machine is all it is. Heat and vibrations. And it was 90 degrees and humid most of the weekend. So yeah. It's great.
It turns fuel into heat and vibration. Perfect. And they did a really cool striker theme. If you don't know what that is a Christian metal band.
Striker.
So yeah, I don't
sorry.
know. Didn't know what that was either. So
Me neither.
there it is.
Sorry.
Apparently it was a Randy Bish dare.
Oh, yes.
You've got to do a stripers team. And they set up a whole stage on an open trailer, and just as their two cars pulled the front of the line, they pulled the pickup truck towing the open trailer right in front of the two.
Played a song,
and they had the Muppet Electric Mayhem people on the side, and they had Elmo protesting that he's been the theme for 15 years, and what is this? And
he's homeless, and no one will take him, and
he has no job.
And it was 90 degrees, and he wore an Elmo costume way more than you should in 90 degrees. Yes. Yeah.
Some of you were never Southern Baptists during the heyday of butt rock in the 80s, and it shows.
Sorry. So we thought that they were going to be more of a force, but they didn't do a whole lot. They did a little bit, but they might have just been resigned to knowing that they're pretty
Neil posted a picture of himself in one of
Yeah.
our group chats, and everybody was telling the stories of whatever Christian camp they went to, and they got their Black Sabbath tapes confiscated, but they let them keep their stripers.
Well, the story that I heard is
I did not hear
there's the legend goes that there was a team that brought a Pontiac Trojan to Sonoma, and they themed really hard, and they really wanted to win an IOE, but they themed so hard they won the HMG, and they were butthurt about it.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So you can't theme too hard if you want an IOE because it muddies the water.
Interesting. Okay. Especially, it was probably easy for them to, when they knew that they were going to have to fight hard for an HMG, if that's what the way they were going. Although they had two cars. I mean, the striper car was the Saturn. So you don't usually get both. You can't get both awards, but yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
I get it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's what happened with winners of things.
Do you know what's not next?
No.
Listener feedback time.
Yeah.
Although
we
my wife
some.
sent me
Oh,
this.
you got one?
My wife sent me this, and we posted it. And this is 7 years ago, when I was still always going different places, trying to find whoever had internet that would let me set up on the strip. And we did that overlooking the Wynn.
That's
So
funny.
we had a lot of likes on that one.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Free topic time. Let's move on.
We've got a twofer. This is a buy one, get one free main topic time. We got 2 main topics. That's why we're going quick everywhere else, because we got a lot to cover. Because we're going to do not only the NJMP wrap up, but the HPR High Plains Raceway preview show. Because 3 of us were in New Jersey, 4 of us are going to be in Colorado. So
We're getting the band back together. Don't come ask
Absolutely.
us what your tech time is, because we don't know and we don't care.
We do not.
Do come ask us for a beer, because Chrissy has a shit ton.
I have some
we're
beer.
bringing about 20 cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just a banquet. There's more down there of other.
Yes. If you are hearing the sound of this voice and you're going to HPR, do not buy any Coors. Don't.
I think
Well-
there's 11 cases of banquet plus plenty of other stuff.
Okay.
That's
Well,
not an
bring-
don't.
exaggeration.
Bring coolers and
euphemism.
ice. Bring coolers
Oh,
and
bring
ice.
coolers and ice.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need lots
Or
of coolers and ice.
you know what I would love? I love my course beer and banquet. But if you have something to trade, that would be super fun too. So
Oh,
I would
see, there you
I would
go.
love that if you have something especially local, or you made something, or you know something that you love, I would love to have a trade.
But none of us will be wearing orange staff shirts.
Correct.
We are there.
It's a race.
I don't want to say we're there to win. We're there to race. We're there to
Oh,
win.
we're
there
not
to
gonna
race.
win. I don't think we're
We're not
gonna
going
win.
to win.
No, I don't think so.
And we're there to dance.
Okay, we're talking about NJMP first. Hold on.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on.
NJP will do our usual day by day. Thursday, Chrissy and I get there in time to help with load-in. I was a shuttle driver on a golf cart for a while, getting people from the long line down the road up to HQ to sign the sheet to get the wristbands to help out them getting in. So we did that for several hours. And even then, after the line was over and everyone was starting to get in at 5:00, which is nice, they got in earlier. Then we were just organizing the line.
It was unexpected. So we posted 5 and 7. So when it opened at 5, we had some excited people because they'd been in line, and then confused people when they pulled up at 5:30 and most of the line was gone. So I was the person who was giving the cards out for what car you associated with to put on your dash, and then give them instructions to head up to the shack to be able to sign off your name and sign off get your wristband, and then organize everybody in which lane they go in and all that stuff. So we stood out in the heat. It was a lot, and yeah.
Yep, got everybody in, went in, then later said hello to friends, and then went out to staff dinner. So how's that?
Yeah.
Timmy, you were driving Thursday. You didn't get there till Friday, right?
Correct. I was buying a turboed Miata, an NB 1999 Miata, which was great. Had a slight challenge, but we got past it after a brake pad change, and then I showed up on Friday.
Excellent. So tell us about your Friday. How'd your Friday go?
My Friday was easy. I got on the road early, got to the track, checked in, couldn't find. So I was racing with Amanda in the 37 Butylac. We were going to do test day, but didn't. She also brought another car, which she was going to do a test day, and we didn't, because her and Paul found that the axle tube from the last race when they got hit by Jimmy's Mini had a slight little kink in it when the wheel bearing on the passenger side started to go make a little noise, and they're like, oh, let's replace that. Actually, let's replace both. So they replaced the one on the passenger side, and when they went to replace the driver's side, which is the one that got hit, they had to put it in kind of at like an eighth of an inch angle. It wasn't square. So they were like, yeah, we're not gonna do test day in this. We're hoping that this thing is gonna survive. So they tried to do an track expedient repair that involved a jack and some chain and 2 bottle jacks. And that luckily didn't kill anyone, but it also didn't fix anything. So we just said, screw it. We're going to run it like this. That was Friday.
Cool. Our Friday started off with breakfast at Verna's Diner that's just right next to the runway at Millville Airport. Eric suggested we go to this place, and it was a time warp back at many years. Like prices are very reasonable. Inside is great. And we had a solid breakfast of the judges. So it was me and Chrissy, Eric, Al Jones, Randy Bish, and Dante was there for media. And by 8:04, we were already cracking each other up.
We had coffee coming out noses. Like that's how much we were laughing already.
You can imagine that crew.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't surprise me with that. Everyone in there is super funny and hilarious.
It was a lot. We were like, wow, if this is how the weekend's going to go, that was great.
Was that Al's first judge experience?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah.
Because he mentioned it was his first time in New Jersey, and he had a great time.
Yeah.
Still in training. We, I worked on Al's development this weekend.
He did great. He took it on. Like he came up with it. Like he did great. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
Kind of like he's been doing it a while.
Yeah. Al's got the right attitude and personality for it, so it works. And so then over the track, see some people, say hello, because we had a little time, and then
did pre-classing.
Yep.
Sat
around
around
for a while, and then 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we started at 11, so that was a little earlier than sometimes we do, but
which is nice. There are 127 cars registered, so we knew it was going to take a while. So we split up into 2 rows, Chrissy and I on one side, Al and Randy on the other. And 11 o'clock, floodgates opened, and it was steady but not insane for the next 6 hours. Like we never had like a huge line out the other side of the door.
Yeah, no, it was.
We never got too held up by tech. We never held up tech too much for the most part.
We lost Dale a couple times, but we did okay. We did okay,
especially New Jersey.
It all went. It all went fairly smoothly. I only had one team that was butthurt by my classing, so. Right.
You can't leave that hanging, Chad.
No, it's fine. They were just so sad. They got put into B instead of C. I'm like, this is a modern car.
What car?
It's actually like, I don't want to single them out. It is a modern car that could
How modern? Just say that. How modern?
Late 90s. Late 90s European. And no, I can't put you in C, but they put us in C last time. I was like, well, that was a mistake.
We did. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you didn't win, so too bad for you.
Right.
If I put you in C, a 3-letter car with 3 syllables?
No, it was not. Not a BMW. Okay. But it's like, if I put you in C, what about the poor people in the 100 horsepower Saturn and the Chrysler Cordobas and Studebakers and Ford, like 1980 Ford Fiestas? Those are C-class cars, even the
1937 Buick.
We heard so many of but we're terrible drivers. And we're like, I don't care.
That's
like everybody's right until the guy that's sitting there with an SCCA shirt on, and I was like, "Cool, really? Okay. Well, if that's you're not selling it here." So we heard a lot of
the car.
Yeah, not the drivers. So they were like, "But we're going to lose because we're not very good." And I'm like, "How do I even know that?" Like that's
Well, not with that attitude, you're not going to win. No.
I eventually get most of them to admit that the class is irrelevant because they're not going to win anything anyway. And once they admit that their arguments are all invalid, basically.
Pretty
so
that's
anyway, but we got through everything pretty smoothly, which is great. And then Friday night we hung out at the track just with all of our East Coast racing friends that we haven't seen in a while.
Did we?
Not all of them. I'm looking at you, Greg and Bruce.
True. And we didn't have dinner. So we basically walked around like sad kids and just stole people's food. Chris was working on the Civic.
Aren't you still mad at people for doing that to you?
You got an extra taco I can have?
Yeah. No, that's what we did. We're like, hey, how are you? Oh, that's when we started talking for late for
treating for dinner, basically.
Late for tacos. We brought beer first. It's not like we were asking for that, but like late for tacos, they were all standing around and they had been eating tacos all day. So then I was like, oh my God, the tacos you brought earlier were so good. And they're like, do you want one? And I was like, yes, I do.
2, please.
Two, please. Well, I was also just like, when you come to the track and you're normally serving food and you don't have food, then you just have to figure out.
The nice part of being a judge is whatever you need, you're going to get. So...
Yes. Yeah. And we're friends with most of these people. So it was also not that difficult to source some food. So
yeah, we were offered many things all the time. I did end up helping fix the Garage Heroes Civic. They had been struggling with a variety of issues, and they had since Summit Point last year. But they eventually really dug into it and found, because I kept They gave them some hints and they looked at other things. Eventually they found two of the 3 wires to the map sensor were broken. The timing belt was off 2 or 3 teeth.
It took them a while to get there,
bolt
though.
in it, and more. So eventually they got it retimed correctly. They repaired those wires and it still wasn't running right. I walked over, looked over a couple of things, looked over the wiring harness, swapped 2 plugs from the map sensor to the throttle position sensor, car ran great. So then we sent them a nice video of, hey, when they were out to dinner, because they'd been arguing at the car for too long.
They were
decided to
so
argue
pissed.
decided to argue at dinner instead.
Oh,
And
is that the source
video-
of that video?
Yeah.
They were like,
Yes.
let's go argue somewhere else. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I
that's what
walked over
happened.
and 5 minutes later, the car runs great.
I didn't realize
we said-
because I saw it on Facebook. I thought Bill or Vicky had taken the video of you making.
Who took the
car
video?
run. There's a video of
Jeremy.
Chris reaching
Oh, Jeremy.
It wasn't Jeremy. No, it wasn't Jeremy. Who was it?
No, 'cause he went
was
out to
there.
dinner.
He was at dinner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who took the video.
I forget
I
who it
wasn't
was.
standing there.
Somebody there
Chrissy
took
and
the
I were
video.
finding tacos.
Yeah, Chrissy
Yeah.
and I. Yes, Chrissy and I.
Someone
Yes,
else
we
there
were
took
They
the video.
posted a
Sent it
thank
to-
you
and sent
video
it to
of you
Vicky and said,
reaching
"Here
over
you
and
go."
grabbing the throttle.
And they just came over and they gave you hugs and they were like, "Oh my God, you win!" And it was so good.
And the car ran when it ran the rest of the weekend and really well, like it's supposed to. Like VTEC worked and it wasn't in lip
Most
mode.
of
And
the weekend.
yeah,
Most of the-
When it ran, is what he said.
that was all true. Yeah.
Yeah, here's
That was great.
they posted it on their social medias. But yes, here's thanks to Chris for fixing our car. That makes this video so much funnier knowing that they were at dinner when you just well, I've let them
Arguing.
fight enough.
I guess I should just fix it now. I mean,
I got
just happened
3
to walk-
minutes.
Right. I just happened to be walking in the paddock earlier, and like Amanda walks by me and she says to me, "Hey, can you go help them? They're trying really hard and they're having a really hard time." And I
That's
knew you could fix
exactly
it
what
really
she
fast.
said. That's exactly what she said, word for word.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, happy to help, guys. All right. Saturday. Timmy, how was your Saturday?
It was great. So Kim asked me to help out with Tippy Tap. Tippy Tap, for those of you that don't know, is the table with all of the sheets with the black flags, or we communicate with the tower. And we say, all right, well, this team sucks again. Let me write that down on the sheet of paper and tell the judges. So when I wasn't in the race car, I was tippy tapping. So Amanda went out. She ran the first 2 sessions because she was concerned about the longevity of the axle tube issue that we had. But we had fuel problems. So we dug into that a little bit. They found a vacuum tube from the fuel cell that wasn't vacuum tubing. So they adjusted the connections on that and got it to work. So the car started running better. It didn't run great Saturday, but it ran. And so I got to do an hour and a half, which is things hysterical. I mean, it's really just, it's stupid. It's better than it should be. It's easy to drive. It's got good power. It handles pretty good. The mirror situation, however, is, what's the best way to say this? It will give you PTSD or maybe like a seizure, because she has the big wink mirror on the top. Then she's got the standard rear mirror. Then she's got multiple mirrors on both sides. Like some are bug eye and some are flat, and none of them point in the same direction. So you'll like look in the mirrors and it's like a fun house. You're like, oh, there's a car over here on the left side of me, but I have no idea where that car is in space, right? Because I'm not sure where the mirror is pointing. And so it was very challenging in that regard. You had to be very aware of what your surroundings were. So had fun. It was my first real like sit down for a long time at Tippy Tap. So I learned lots of stuff on how to do that. And it was busy.
the number
Yeah.
mental. These guys know. Mental, take a guess on the number of black flags on Saturday.
All right. How many cars were there?
127 registered, not all
127
showed up as
cars,
usual.
number of black flag total
For Saturday only.
for Saturday. 60 plus.
255.
More.
Yeah.
224.
224. Well done,
220
New Jersey. You did not
224.
disappoint. Meanwhile, two judges up in the Pacific Northwest are taking naps because no one's bothering them. But they got to bring
Like
four
Road
judges.
America a couple weeks ago.
Bronies.
We're sitting around. We were doing karaoke on our own with B Train because we have nothing to do.
Now I'll say this: Saturday, like, great job. It was pretty quiet on
Sunday, you
Sunday,
mean?
rather. Sunday was
Sunday
pretty
was
quiet.
great. Yep.
Somebody's quiet.
Saturday was a hot
Yes.
mess.
It was
S-
never like, oh, there was no red flags. There were no black flag alls.
There was
were no
only like
huge
3 or
pileups.
4 double yellows. Like we really
Right,
didn't
for-
even have that
oil.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oil,
right.
Too. Yeah,
So it was just a consistent stream of moderate suckage, basically, for the day. We had a couple cars get to 4. We had lots of cars get to 3. Many cars got 2.
We had at some point we've had so many parked penalties going on that we were trying to keep track of who was handling what.
All right,
Wait, they're
you-
doing a Bob
Al,
Ross.
you got them
Wait.
doing sexy car wash.
Wait, but why is there
that's
nobody
just-
at that car? Okay, well that we just sent them back to go get the rest of their car. Wait, did you say that they were doing the puzzle? Like we had so many things going on. There was so much.
And we had a judges theme too this weekend.
Yes, we did.
Being in New Jersey, we decided to theme from the 90s cult classic movie Clerks. So we had a giant sheet with shoe polish painted on it at Randy Jr.'s driveway. It said, "I shoe you're open." We hung that above the entrance to BS. Now we all wore our backwards hats and Al
Got a
had some
jersey on
hockey
for a while.
jerseys.
Yeah, we were threatened to get somebody to find us some hockey gear so we could shut the penalty box for 20 minutes so we could go play hockey. And we quoted the whole time. I'm not even supposed to be here
Not
the
even
whole
supposed
time.
to be here.
Yeah.
So, which one of you
car
got
that's-
told not to suck any dick on the way across the parking lot? I'm
Many
betting it was
people.
Tim.
all of us, everybody.
Including, like the car that spun out 3 minutes into the race, and as they're leaving, we're like, "Hey, try not to spin on your way through the parking lot." So, things like that.
Yes, and
we would loiter outside the entrance to penalty with a radar gun, but just kind of loitering there, sitting back against the wall next to the garbage can. Right.
Oh, that's great.
Got a great picture of Al and Randy as Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Just
Did see
sitting
that.
there.
yeah,
Fantastic.
Yeah. It was kind of too hot to do much more because like Al had the jersey on, but it was like an actual hockey jersey. And we're like, it's 90 degrees in here. Like we can't do this. So, so we lightened up a little bit. We had a
Walking
sign.
outside my work today when it was 90 degrees Denver and comparing that to how I felt
way
90
different.
degrees
Oh,
New
it's
Jersey.
Glorious. You made a sign that said, if you plan to suck less or suck
Or if you
it,
play to suck at driving, please let us know.
please let us know.
Thanks.
And people were like, they took it for reals and they didn't realize that it was a sign from the movie. Anyway, so we tried. We half-assed tried. If anything, we just joked around with ourselves. So,
Yeah.
all right,
It was good.
that's
On Saturday night was potluck. That went off, like we already talked about, very well. There was a ton of
a
food.
ton of food. Like not enough room for all the food with the tables we had, and then some. Yeah, so good.
Food, the usual, like Bruce and Chaya with their beer, gin and tonic guys,
Yep.
like just everything you could imagine there. It was a very well done
Shout
potluck.
out to Bruce, by the way, for making a wood beer for me.
Yep.
The
They've made-
Bruce-
They've made that
the
before,
spruce
but
beer.
that's okay. It's okay.
He was like, "Where's Tim? He's got to try the wood beer."
Yeah, well, yeah, that's one of their specialties, but I won't bust your bubble. They made it just for you.
Well,
except
they
it's like
told it was just
it's also just like award winning and stuff. So there's that.
Yep. And then there was karaoke and just good old Saturday night shenanigans. And we stayed for a while, but left in time to go back to the hotel just before the pool closed, just to get a just to cool off in the pool a little bit because it was
Just so hella hot.
Yeah. I took a 2:00 shower. It was fantastic.
it's the best time to shower.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sunday.
More the same, but less. Just fewer penalties. We only got a couple people to 3, nobody to 4 on Sunday. We were watching the racing action for a long time. It was the Dodge Omni in first, and that overall, and that was leading B. That was in B class, and the AMC Hornet in second, leading A. And we're saying if these two cars win, isn't that glorious? Like if the fastest 2 cars in the race are an Dodge Omni and an AMC Hornet, isn't that
I forgot.
wonderful?
Yes, I forgot to. I left them out. And then I think 444 was below them, and the Hornet came in, but then went back out. They thought they hit a wall. Yeah, a lot of it was hearsay too. Oh, no, why they were swapping. So,
Yep. Tons of good bribes. We didn't even talk about all the good bribes
we did
had.
not.
So much good booze, plenty of beer, tons of food, a
Yep.
whole bunch of obscure things. And someone brought us a giant box of like all of the Playboys from 1991 and 1992 in like perfect condition. So
One of those
we
is
would
Dana
sit-
White, I think.
We were sitting around reading those all weekend.
All weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, like they have
Twins, Mental, the twins.
they had
Swedish bikini team. Come on.
they have a section in there which everybody probably already knows, but I'm not familiar with the 1991 Playboys. They have these like jokes, I don't know, party jokes, I think is what they were called, and they also have these articles that are so wrong. They're so they're you can't talk about
They're
things
of
like
their
that.
time, put it that way.
Yes, and it might have been okay in 1991, but it is
So
not
they
okay
were
for
wrong,
things that
as in morally wrong. They weren't incorrect.
Correct.
I apologize. Yes, they
Yes.
Yes.
they were things you should not be talking about or comparing about
Yes.
socially. So this is not even sexually at all. It is world leaders doing weird things or
I don't know.
like
Well, that's
Hitler
normal.
and things like that. Like you're just like what you rate these like just so
the-
much.
The fun of all the cigarette and alcohol ads.
Oh yeah.
you don't see in magazines and all just the funny other ads.
Blow it in her
That were
face and
great.
she'll follow you anywhere. Yeah, those were some of the great
Something
ones.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something about
Oh.
your yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
So should we? I'm gonna like jump down to a quick just the tip. I know that we're short on time, but I feel like this gave me a really good idea on just the tip.
Go ahead.
Gotta save it for later.
Save it.
Oh, okay.
Just-
I was like,
but just-
I thought you're
no,
going
no.
now.
But just like remember back. The
Well, go
context
type it in
of
right
what this-
now.
of what this is. I am typing it in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Good. All right. Sunday.
One last thing on that is that Mental, we all know the answer to this question, so you can guess. What is your guess for what the 1991 Playboy Car of the Year was?
Oh, okay. Fuck. I actually used to know this. I
Oh.
want to say it was the Miata because they sponsored. That was the Playboy MX5 Cup.
Okay.
You're
Some
wrong.
other guesses we had at the time were the Corvette, the Lexus LS400, and I forget what the other one was. Anyway, you're all wrong.
It was
was
the
the
or the
1991.
Oldsmobile Achieva.
It was
No.
the Acura NSX. So
Okay.
we kept that issue to go put in our NSX memorabilia pile.
There you go.
Yep.
So you really did
Anyway.
read Playboy for the articles.
Got it. We did.
We did actually. Yes.
It takes a long time flipping through one of
The
these
book
until you
is
see
like
some books.
this
Oh,
big.
yeah.
Right.
No,
Right.
Playboy was actually a good magazine, even if you took the mood.
I don't know if about good, but
for like they had some. They would always have like some award-winning fiction. Stephen King got his start writing some stories for Playboy.
oh, and all kinds of interviews with people. Lee Iacocca. I don't know. There's all
Robin
kinds
Williams.
of Robin
Randy
Williams.
was very enamored with the Robin Williams interview.
We're
they
like,
had.
what are you reading? He was like, this is like actually really good. Yeah, like I
and
also
that was
read
like
some
still
articles.
coked up Robin Williams.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's a great picture of Randy Bish sitting in the chair with a Playboy like this and the confessional behind him,
Oh yeah.
And
That's
then-
what he was reading Robin Williams.
and then a traffic cone, perfectly placed just below his legs in the nether regions. And I was like, this is like art.
It's it's a really good
Well, and he
picture.
also, so speaking of art, he also did sit in the confessional during the driver's meeting on Saturday. And so we rolled the confessional over. He sat smoking in the reading a Playboy while Elmo was giving him the finger standing outside of the confessional. Yeah.
It was that kind of weekend.
It was that kind of weekend. Okay. So we already talked about the winners. We done?
No,
that's Sunday.
Sunday, just normal stuff for the most part, except Garage Heroes did. Jeremy showed me his hole later, and that they put the number 2 rod right through the block and put a big
escaped
in the block. It escaped. Yep. Actually, it was Saturday that happened. Late in the day. And they decided if they wanted to fix it, and they said nope. So they continued on with their Austin Powers team that they had all weekend, which they had a number of bits. And once they don't have the car, they can do more bits. Or so they
had more costumes and more different. Yeah, they had a lot.
They certainly did. They had a whole shtick about waking up and the penis pump, except the penis pump was mine. They had a receipt, or they had a book and all kinds of things. Right?
Dude, the book was so good. The book was so well done.
Where was I? I missed that one.
When they brought the car through for tech Saturday morning because it wasn't running Friday, Eric, of course, got it stuck in the doorway to penalty and back and forth 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 and back and forth. No, they did it. They did it very well. It's just they got beat out by
so much
apexers. So, yep. So overall, a lot of fun. We laughed a lot. Great theming from the New Jersey crowd. Really very well done, especially coming off a couple weeks ago when we were at Road America when it was just weak. And to see this much effort put into it, it was really fantastic. Great job, everybody.
Right. That it?
Yeah. Now it's main topic time part 2.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to High Plains Raceway in a couple days. It's Tuesday. We're recording this. We are leaving Thursday. This time in 2 days, in 48 hours, we will be there. So fantastic.
Yes.
So let's talk about Chrissy.
Hot off the press.
There's a fire at HPR today. Fire originated off of HPR property, and due to high winds spread across the area near Turn 6, happy to report that the racing surface and track infrastructure are not damaged. They lost a portion of the tire wall. They didn't anticipate any other impact to the scheduled event or operations. So firefighters and emergency personnel showed up, so we'll be able to see that when we show up. So if you get to the track and you are concerned that there has been a fire, there was a fire and is under control.
Handled.
Today is a red flag day out in Colorado, out in that part of Colorado too. So anyway, all right. So this is the first race that I've ever been on HPR surface alongside with Chrissy and Tim. You too, I think, right?
Yeah, so I'm judged there for the 24, but I've not been on the track.
Yeah, Chrissy and I have judged there twice, and so yeah, it's a great group of people there. We're really excited to actually be racing here. And this so fun.
I'm judging the 24, and I love it. But as Tom would point out, this is the best race to kind of get the Colorado experience, because you actually, Friday night, everyone will be hanging out. Saturday night, everyone will be hanging out, because as we have told 100 times, most racetracks are in the middle of nowhere. This, when you drive to the middle of nowhere, and then you go northeast for another 30 minutes to get to the track. So, yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So everyone stays there and you have a great time, though, which is wonderful. The entry list is not out yet, but Eric told me this weekend there's 82 cars, which he said is a very solid field for HPR. Like, that's above average. So fantastic. Looking forward to it. Also, I've learned that the track manager, Glenn, is recovering from surgery. So please be sure to wish him well and try to make his life not too hard this weekend. Everyone thinks Glenn is great. He runs that track very well. He's very passionate about it. So I don't know who's going to be riding side saddle in or ATV on 2 wheels at 30 miles an hour through the paddock now, but
not him and not most other people. So yeah.
Yep. So be nice to Glenn this weekend.
Well, how about the track and everything else?
You should always be nice to Glenn, because Glenn's got a posse. He doesn't know it, but yeah, a lot of people really like that guy.
He's great. I mean,
He is.
I've only been there once, and he was just like, this guy gets it. It was great.
If Glenn
Yes.
ever runs out of the trailer to yell at you when you're in penalty, you really did something wrong.
And no
not
one will
good.
stop him. No one.
Yeah,
No
No.
one.
You should talk to your therapist about that.
Uh-huh.
You have a big and deeper problem.
The flip side of that is I remember also I was there when the Dodge like landed on its side, and the recovery and emergency crew at HPR are also freaking spot on. The first person to that scene to that incident when we were all red flagged, Glenn on the ATV.
Yep.
So
Yep.
All right.
All right,
I'm going
let's
to go
schedule.
quick because we got a lot to cover.
Yes, we do.
So ready. Thursday, 11th of June, 3:30 p.m. Gates open for lemon sign and bands. Get them. Gate registration closes. No band, no entry. Friday, 7 a.m. Gate opens. 8 to 5 is test day. Lunch break from 12 to 1 to register and get more info. Click here or just go to the Lemons page. 12 to 5, BS and tech teams are assigned specific tech times. Please go through on your tech times. No changes. The week of the race to Gear Tech is from 12 to 5. Saturday, gates open, 7 a.m., 9 a.m. Drivers meeting. Don't be late for the drivers meeting. 9:30 grid time. Show up soon so you don't have 93 cars getting dick checked as the green flag drops like it did in Jersey on Saturday. Get there early, people, for the love of God.
and they do, like, as you're getting gridded up, they leave that grid open until about 10 minutes before the track goes hot. So there's just no excuse.
Go there. You love your race car. Go sit in it and enjoy it. Talk to it. Mentally focus. Become one with the car. All right, race session 10 to 6:30. Gates close at 7 p.m. Sunday, the 14th of June, 7 a.m. Gate registration opens. 9 to 3 o'clock is race session 2. That's a short amount of time. 3:30 awards. 6 p.m. Be gone. Amateur weatherman has some concerns about hailstones and halitosis.
It hailed yesterday here, so not surprising. It's also called Tuesday. Great. The parking in general in the paddock is first come, first serve, unless reserved parking specifically by the track or Lemons, which basically means if you bought an RV spot, you get an RV spot that you reserved. If you didn't get one, it's too late. Sorry, go park in the field. So yeah, it's paved mostly. So that's fine. Same with the carports. Those were all reserved at 8:03 on January 2nd for the year. So sorry, they're gone. Paddock vehicles must be lit at night. So remember that. Even if it's just like a flashlight, put something on it. Got to be lit. Now, the AccuChris forecast for the middle of nowhere, Colorado. As of Tuesday afternoon, Friday, sunny, high of 89 and windy. 89 in Colorado is not 89 in New Jersey.
It's still pretty warm.
Still pretty warm.
though.
Yep.
Where
It's Friday
people make
night.
the mistake is they don't put on sunscreen, and 89 in Colorado will blister you to a scab.
Yeah.
There were some amazing sunburns in New Jersey, by the way. Just
Oh, yeah.
to rewind for a second. Amazing.
Yeah. You're 5,000 feet closer to the sun in Colorado.
Correct. That too. Yes. Yep.
Friday night, mostly clear, 55. Cools off
That's
nice.
lovely.
It's lovely. Saturday, sunny, 87. Breezy. I don't know the difference between breezy and windy in National Weather Service parlance, but that's what we got. Saturday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight, partly cloudy around 52. Breezy. Sunday, chance of showers and then thunderstorms possible afternoon, partly sunny, 72. And it's going to be breezy. Now, knowing Colorado weather, Sunday high near 72, that's lovely. And when we get showers, it's going to be like a shower that comes through, which also might be an epic thunderstorm, which
right,
also might be about 12 raindrops.
With hail.
Right. Which also might be, well, it's raining right over there.
Correct. This
But
is
not
like our
here.
life. That's why my garden is dead. It's because it says, oh, it's going to rain today. Oh, it didn't rain today. Yep.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's talk about track walk. Let's do it.
So if you've run High Plains before, well, and you've learned all the nuances and you know the pavement markings, too bad. Because in a public announcement, Glenn and that hardworking crew out there just announced they have coated the entire track with a slurry blend, which it's an aggregate, so they don't have to repave it every couple of years because this track does get snowed on, and they repainted all the curbing. So everything that you were using as a visual marker is gone. So
Interesting.
that should be fun. First lap, everyone thinks they know this track. Oh, crap. Particularly into turn 2, because we all used that pavement repair as a visual marker.
It also might be interesting in the rain with a fresh track surface.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You took the words out of my mouth. So on one of those occasions, as it starts to rain, hey, you know what? Not the time to set the track record. Maybe back off a little bit. The upside, they've also repainted all of the marked out areas in the paddock and everything. And this is one of the things we talk about when Glenn runs this. They do a great job because him and that entire staff, they really do truly give a crap about this track. So, but we're going to just go through and talk about what the track looks like and give you a very basic layout of the turns, if not the whole concept of the track, because we can't give you the nuances anymore because it's a new track to all of us. Now, as we have mentioned, you are going to get off the exit in Deer Trail, Colorado, and then you are going to drive 30 minutes from that Sinclair station, a really good Mexican restaurant, a mediocre hotel, but a really good grocery store that has excellent breakfast biscuits. And you are going to arrive at High Plains Raceway here on State Road 36.
There too.
What's up?
Breakfast. There's a good taco truck right at that exit that has breakfast burritos too.
Yes. Oh, their breakfast burritos are pretty, but like they wrap it up at 8:30 and they are gone. So yeah, catch them. If you think you're going to come back as you're coming into the track because you're staying closer to Denver, you're not. So you actually drive all the way past the racetrack and then you make the turn and you work your way around. Here's that paddock that Chris was just talking about. Sorry. And to give you a scale of where you are in the field of middle of nowhere. Okay, this is the freeway. This is Byers. That's where you're getting off the freeway. So we're back to the racetrack on that one.
Yeah, you get off the highway and keep driving. You're like, have we missed it yet? Well, if you've driven past several like abandoned motels and some farms and a gun range, and that's where
you still haven't missed it. It's totally fine. Yeah. So here's going to be your gate. You're going to come through. This is the open parking area. Do the trailer drop thing because even with 80-something cars, this whole field right here is where everybody puts their trailers. And then this is all areas here for everyone that is paddock space. These are the covered carports. The area behind and the area in front belong to whoever rented that carport. These are the RV spots.
Let's be a little bit more clear about for people not watching on YouTube.
Yes.
The very north side is like gravelish. That's for trailers. All of the areas in the paved part of the paddock are for normal paddocking. Anywhere around a carport is the carports. The south side, right by the pit lanes, those are all RV spots, as is the other island that's next to the carport area, also RV spots. So basically, if it's got power, it's reserved.
Sorry, that's the rules. Something to remember, all of their water has to be trucked in. So just be generous. They do have on-spot showers. They're not the worst, but you know they have like the auto shut off. So you have to like get yourself wet, lather up, go. All right, not the point. So to get on the track, it does get a bit confusing if you've never been there. This we're looking at, it is right next to the track. This is going to be the grid area, and you work your way around, and the road to get onto there, you will follow the pit lane road through 2 corners, and you actually get onto the track at the exit of turn 2, right as you get set up for turn 3. The good news is there's plenty of space in there. You look in your mirrors, you figure out your spot, you know where you're going to merge, you go ahead and you do that and you go around the track. And that's how that one's going to work. Now, they talk about, we're going to scroll all the way back up to turn 1. Now, turn 1 comes off of the main straightaway, which is located here that we're talking about on the YouTubes. There is a flag station that waves over the track. That is where one of the black flag stations, they will tell you this. And you come into turn one, it is every bit as simple as you think it is, because you're simply just going to roll up. It is a far out, outside, inside, outside turn to go through and get into turn one, almost a 90-degree.
It's a left too.
It is a left. I should probably mention left. Yep. So yeah, you're coming out the straightaway. You're going slightly uphill. You've got plenty of grip, plenty of brakes. You turn left, you touch the inside curbing, let the car roll to the outside curbing. Life is good. That leads you into turn two, which is a sweeping, not quite 180, about a 160 turn. And this is you go through. Now, everybody, myself included, we used to use the pavement repair as a visual marker. We don't have that anymore. But you're also going to start on turn two. You're just sweeping through the exit of one. You get back to the left if it's open, settle in the middle of the track, and then you just pick a set. Now, some people try to take this as two corners, and it may work for them. I have never been successful with that one, so I just take it as a very long right-hand sweeper. You turn slowly as the track starts to turn, stay in the middle until you're more than halfway through, and then grab yourself the inside curbing right as you're getting ready to exit. Do use your peripherals to see if anybody's entering onto the track, because it is a short blend line, but they've got some speed as they're coming in there, and you have already started shifting your eyes to turn three. Now, turn three is a double kink to the right that lands you on the longest straightaway on the track. So that is right here. You have exited turn two. You touch this outside curbing. You get yourself set up. Depending on the car you have, you really don't have to do anything here because you're accelerating out of turn three. But approach it slowly and build confidence into this turn. So you come into this corner, tap the brakes, go in there, touch the inside, get on the throttle. You don't need to come all the way to the outside immediately because it's that double apex that sets you up on the main straightaway. And that's what they're going to talk about to the next one. This straightaway is forever. And sometimes it can mess with you a little bit because you will see cars on the freeway and you will almost even pass them, but you are just hauling the mail. It is downhill. This is where almost every car maxes out. About 6/8 of the way down, you get to the lowest point of elevation in this straightaway, and then the track begins to rise back up right as the brake markers start. And that is the biker's berm turn. Use the brake markers, build confidence into this corner. And if you've got any sort of wheel wobble or wheel bearing thing, you're always going to want to test your brakes to make sure you're there, because even in a slower car, you're probably flirting with triple digits. And now, as you make your way into turn four, you really don't have to do that much. So you're just going to set the nose, kind of come off the gas a little bit, get some weight on the front end, and then very slight turn and let the car touch the inside and then go to the outside, provided you've got all the room. Where it gets tricky is normally after that corner, you would come out of the gas and start setting up for the next one. But what you want to do is stay on the brakes, because turn 5 is a very sudden, hardcore downhill. So you are on the brakes, setting up the middle of the track, come over to the right because you are getting ready to go downhill to the left. So you're going to crest the hill. Immediately the track is going to cut to the left. You don't have to get rid of all your speed, but again, until you have convinced your subconscious that the track is there, you want to make sure that you're doing that one properly and come through there. This is where a lot of folks are going to check up too hard on the brakes. So if you're watching the video right now, we're watching a guy who's going to come down this straightaway, and this is in a hopped up BMW GTS. He just pulled into fourth gear. We're still talking. He's still on the straightaway. So if you're on the straightaway, sort yourself out. If you're a slower car, this is a great place to make passes, but once you're done, get out of the way. You can't do 3 wide through here. This is the turn through 4. This is the turn through 5, and watch as the track drops away.
Yeah, that's a blind entry coming into there.
Very blind entry. Pay attention to that flag station, which is right on the hill, because they're very good. The flag stations are good at this track, and they'll let you know if there's anything on. There's nothing on there, you go. So you come into that corner, You make that entry point and you work yourself back to the outside as you are going down the hill. And somehow I managed to completely lose my map. That'll teach me. All right. So you are coming down that hill. And this is the trickiest corner on the track. So you are losing probably about 4 stories on a short straightaway. You've got a chance if you're in a really quick car to make like one pass, but you're going to want to be on the outside. And it is probably a 170-degree right-hand turn downhill off camber. You want to hang on the outside as long as you possibly can. And then as you see it coming through, then just barely tighten it up, which is counterintuitive because you're making a last minute adjustment and it is going to upset your car and you want to drift to the outside. A lot of people are going to screw this up and they're going to drop a wheel on the outside of that track. Be aware of that. Check your mirrors because this is where faster cars are checking up on you to make sure that they can get around you because it is a flat, quick straightaway as you begin to roll up into turn 5. I'm sorry, no, that's turn 6. The other aspect of turn 6 is this is where a lot of transmissions and engines blow. The track calls this Danny's lesson. I'm not going to lie. I've never heard it called that. But you get on the outside, you come through and you make this, but you see where you add a little bit right there, just barely graze that inside turb, and then shoot for the outside of that as you go through. You've got a short straightaway as you're going through this, and it's a good place. You're going to go ahead and come up a gear, and then that sends you uphill to the right into High Plains Drifter. This may be one of my favorite turns, like in any of the tracks we run. You've got full compression on the suspension. It's camber. You're on there and you are going faster than you think you should. So build up some confidence in this, but on almost everything I've ever run, you leave it in 4th and you mat it. And you go all the way up there, you grab some inside curbing, and if you've got a clear track, you drift it all the way back out to the left. And as soon as you get there, you crest the hill and the track settles. Get on the brakes because you're coming into turn 8, which is by every definition a hairpin. So hard on the brakes. There is a flag station at the apex of that corner to your left. Pay very special attention because they see things you cannot. And this is where everyone loves to go wrong. But get as far to the outside as you can. Bring it in tight as you go through. Cross those arms over and start to unwind them. Don't fall for any of the false stuff. And you start getting on the throttle and get downhill again. Now, there is 2 parts of turn 9, 9A and 9B. To hell on a bobsled, everyone kind of calls it the downhill part because you're going downhill and it's a quick right and it's a quick left. And you can see it all the way down into turn 10, but it is a bit unsettling as you're going through. So you come out of the hairpin.
Is this a good place to modulate the gas, perhaps?
Yes. 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 As a matter of fact, that is an excellent place to modulate the gas because you won't feel it in 9A, but you'll feel it in 9B if you got too much throttle because your rear end will get a little squirrely. So sing the song since we don't have pit race anymore. This is the new home of modulating the gas. Modulating the gas. Now you're going downhill and you're coming into turn 10, which is almost a 90 degree. There's actually a lot of grip at the bottom of that hill, but you still got on the brakes, get your downshifting done, and make that. And it's a traditional outside, inside, outside turn. Check your mirrors because a lot of people are going to try and do something stupid here, and they shouldn't.
As a right-hand turn.
Right-hand turn, and then a short straightaway into turn 11. Turn 11 is a true 180-degree uphill turn. It starts off camber and then becomes on camber. So prepare to be a little squirrely on entry. Clear your inside mirror. Hold one steering input that brings you to the inside of that corner right at the exit of it, and then keep that steering input and let it take you to the left side of the track as you are getting up the hill. You're going to lose some speed there. You're going to fiddle around with whatever gear it is. It's either 3rd or 4th, and depending on traffic, whatever feels smoothest for you, that's the answer. But you are now climbing up the hill and you go into the S's. So there is the 12. They call that the ladder to heaven. It really doesn't require anything. Usually I'm upshifting as I'm coming through this corner. It is a very slight left. that sets you up into the Prairie Corkscrew, and that is 13, 14, and 15. You crest the hill, you start to come down slightly, you jump on the brakes, get your downshifting done for 13, which is a very quick left. Almost immediately, you're coming back to the right and then back to the left for 15, which is going to dump you on the main straight. 15 is also where you're going to exit for the pits. So get that fist out there and then also keep your head on a swivel and look for people that are going to be doing that. They don't want you crossing over that white line into pit exit. That will get you fussed at by Glenn or whoever's running safety and could earn you a black flag. And they will talk about that one. This is a terrible place to pass. It doesn't matter how fast your car is. If your car is super, super fast, the car in front of you is super, super slow, you got a straightaway coming. So just don't. But people are going to try anyway. They're going to try and go too wide through there because they don't want to give up 2 seconds. So just be prepared for idiots on this one. So you're going to come out of the Prairie Corkscrew.
It also 13. looks to me, looking at the map,
yes,
like a place where you're going to give up 13 so you can carry speed into it. 14
yes.
is just to get between 13 and 15, like give it up entirely. It's like your track out of 14 is the turn in for 15, like no track out of 14 at all. If you're
No, you don't. You're just, and depending, if your car likes curbs, go for it. If it's raining, don't touch that curb because they just painted all the curbs and they've already said that, this is fresh paint and it's going to be squirrely. So just don't do it. And this is not a place where you want to get squirrely. Remind me to tell you the time that I showed up on my outlot with a car covered in mud and I had to talk to the judges. Care to guess who the judges were? 2 of them are on the screen. They both have the same name. Yeah, that was a fun day. Anyway.
I took some of the grass off your car and put it on your Miata.
Yeah. I watched the levels of Chrissy. Chrissy turned around. She's like, oh, another. Wait a minute. I know this car. Wait a minute. Is that so? God. So, yeah. I didn't get fun Judge Chrissy. I got angry Judge Chrissy.
When your friends are judging, it's worse.
Yeah. You're screwed. But this is what he's talking about. This is representation, not just lines on a map. And you could even see the old lines on this. So you can touch this curb if it's not wet and set you up. But where it matters and why you don't want to start trying to,
the right-hander.
Yeah, you don't want to start trying to pass is this last bit as you're cutting it to the left. That sets you up on the straightaway. Let it come nice and wide on there. And then give this pit entry line a little bit of time. That's your blend line right there, but eventually the slow cars are going to get out of the way, and then it gives you this nice uphill, all the traction straight away, and you get to check that corner, and then that brings us all the way back around into turn 1. Now, I failed to mention this, but the other black flag station is almost always the black flag station at the end of the really, really long straightaway, which is going to be right here. If you're looking at the track map, as you scroll in, this is going to be your other black flag station. And then
there's another, like an access road. Like if this is your black flag station. And then they won't have a number board, but they will point a black flag at you at the hairpin in turn 8. This is a great track. There is more elevation change here than
4 and 8.
I'm sorry?
Those are 2, 4 and 8.
4 and 8, yeah.
And then start finish line. There are more elevation changes here than any other track except there's more elevation change here than there is at Barber. If you've raced Ozark, you get more elevation change, but any other track, this is it. Maybe Sonoma just because you get the one big hill. It's a great track. It's out in the middle of nowhere though, and it is so much fun because it feels like a great family track. The burrito shop there is a literal trailer that they put under the overhang, and they have great food there. On Saturday night, Glenn's going to lead the track staff in karaoke under the overhang.
He will not be there.
Oh, Glenn's not going to even be there?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, Glenn's going to be recovering, and somebody else is going to be leading karaoke, and you might even hear some classics from 4 of your favorite podcast hosts. Would you be in
Mental
there?
will be leading karaoke.
This is going to be a great event. And if you have questions about how to take that track, you can come find us. Tom Webb's going to be there. Jan Webb's going to be there. Tazi's going to be there. There are any number of local racers who come to this race, and it's great because nobody plays I Have a Secret, and they are more than happy to walk you through that. And there is usually a track walk on Friday night. They just don't allow you to have anything motorized. Bicycles, yes.
Colorado, everything's
Electric
nice.
bicycles,
Everyone's nice.
no.
Everyone's nice. Just ask anybody.
Right? That's why we live here.
Yeah, this whole experience is unmatched in the Lemons world, and that's saying something because there's some great unique tracks that just have their own feel, and this is absolutely one of them.
Okay, I have a couple things to add. I have a video that I did actually during COVID, a very long time ago, about making my favorite Bisquick, screw Bisquick, better than Bisquick pancake recipe.
You got to make me write this down because I did this last week. I put it in the title thing. Sorry, so point up, and I'll do it again.
Oh, it's right here. The video. Watch me making my pancake recipe. Watch it there. You still have time. It's all things you probably have in the pantry, and it's worth it because it's good. Also, we didn't really talk about the potluck. So there is no link to sign up for a potluck. The potluck is very different than every other track. So the potluck is what?
It is Savage Orchid or Savage. They're calling it something else. They're on Facebook. Look up Savage Orchid. They're advertising it. But your point is excellent. That's correct.
They're encouraging people to bring things, and they're bringing sliders, I believe, and you should bring some stuff too. So that was kind of an after the fact sign up kind of thing, but really it's on every team to bring something different. And we've seen just about everything at this potluck, but it is set up so that everybody has a table out front of their paddock space. So most of the potluck really happens along the garages and kind of across from HQ and kind of around that area. So it's kind of makes like a big U around the main straight of where all of the paddock space is. And so all the garage spaces, you bring a table, you bring a game, you bring, you do,
bum wine tasting. Yeah.
Yeah. Bum wine tasting. There was, there's definitely some cheese and cracker, squeezy cheese and crackers. Yes. And so we'll have plenty of beer. So bring whatever you want to bring as part of your contribution. If you're not paddock close to that, then come over and join us and just use our table. So
just be part of it. It's great.
Yeah. But be closer to where the party is because people may not venture back further if you're back further. So
apparently it's Savage Orchid would be in carport 14
with
their sliders that they're making.
I don't know what carport we're in.
I don't know either, but there's numbers on them, I think.
We'll be there.
We're in the middle-ish somewhere, whatever. He can't.
We'll have beer. I might be in a onesie.
Yeah.
Bring a jacket, by the way, because it does get chilly overnight, even though you don't think it does.
Or just bring a onesie.
55. Yeah.
55 is like perfect. It's like 55 here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so there's a question here. Who are the judges? I don't know. I just know because I talked to David Eckel this week. He said he'll be there. So that's the only reason why I know that he's a judge.
I think Tom's going to be there, but he's just doing tech, and then he's back to he's racing.
Yes. Yeah. And then Jan's working. Yeah. So I don't know who the other judges are, but I only know that he was.
The Lemon staff is on the thin side this week.
Correct.
That way. So
if you're looking for your favorite staffer, they're not going to be there.
Right. So when Joe is telling you to, put your visor down. Right.
Sure. Yes.
When Joe's telling you to put your visor down and fueling, just give him a break. He's going to have a lot to do out there.
And he also had like a bum leg this week. So
he blew his knee out.
Yeah, so he should
hobbling around on.
He should be better this week, but yeah,
he won't be. He's out for like 3 months.
Okay,
he's still going to be hobbling around, but it'll be there because he's dedicated.
Because he's Joe and he's hard.
So we'll tell you next week who the judges were and how it went, but I'm not really sure who the judges are. So sorry.
So they're all traveling. We know that. So
yes.
So don't bring a sword.
Correct. I mean, if you do, it's coming home with us, so it's fine. So that's
exactly.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah. The odds of seeing one of us around HQ, high.
Yes.
So I am bringing a shirt just in case.
I should bring a shirt too. Damn it.
No, don't bring
One
a
of you
shirt.
has my extra large, my extra Not my
Yeah.
extra large shirt.
He
my
does need
extra
that back.
space large shirt. Yes.
That would be helpful.
Because I have 4 of them. I think I picked it up during the
Oh,
rally.
it was during the limo. Yeah. it was a
Yeah.
rally. So yeah, if you would bring that, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, he
I
needs
keep
that.
wearing Chrissy's mediums and
I love-
like a large.
extra medium.
Yeah, he's a little big man in a little coat. Okay.
I won't, baby, I won't hurt you. There we go. We're good.
Okay. It's time for just tip.
Just
Timmy's just a tip. Timmy's tip. Timmy's
No,
tip.
this is why is
Timmy's
this?
tip.
This is not my color. I didn't write this. Go ahead.
Timmy tip.
It's all you, Timmy.
Yeah.
All right. So one thing that happened a couple of times at Jersey is, well, let me back up. As we said earlier, we had lots of Playboy magazines. And in the Playboy magazines, there are scantily
90s.
clad women of the 90s. And ironically, there's a airstrip right next to us, but I'm not talking about the airstrip. I'm talking about the northern part of the airstrip, which is the fuel jug area. And in Playboy, some of the fuel jugs are small and some of the fuel jugs are large, but
They're pretty
in
much all
lemons,
huge.
yeah, your fuel jugs can't be that big. Your fuel jugs have to only be, like C plus, like maybe a small D.
Okay. Get on with it. Get on
5
with it.
gallons. That's it. That's all you
Yeah.
got.
5 gallons. We had teams show up with giant, like F-size fuel jugs, and you can't do that. I mean, it's
Like, we already
great,
had
but
5
not at the
gallons in them.
race. Yeah. We had one team with like
We
7-gallon jugs.
We used them before.
I've
we
been
got them.
using these-
We got
get
them from
another team.
We got them from another team. Said a racer that used to be part of our team, and then went to a different team and said that he got it from a different team that was part of our team.
Yeah.
No.
There was one team that had VP cans, and I'll give them credit on this. The VP cans are they're true like 5-gallon cans, but don't mark like 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, like 6 3/4, like all the way up to the top of the neck. We're gonna call you out on that. Don't
This
do it.
weekend we won't. We'll go tell
on.
Joe that you're doing.
Joe will do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're not doing
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah. So
No.
just the tip. Just put 5 gallons in your cans. Like, it doesn't matter.
Keep small jugs.
Yeah.
For medium jugs.
I've had the argument
Within
of
regulation.
It'd be safer if we had all our fuel in one. Yes. Now you want to be holding a 20-gallon bomb,
Yeah,
a
good luck.
5-gallon bomb. Okay.
Yeah.
Go safe.
Okay. Okay, that was a long show. Thank you for hanging out with us and staying for a recollection of the
Double
last weekend.
feature.
Plus, yes, we don't do this often, but because when you stacks race weekends on top of each other, we have no choice.
Hey, at least we know what we're doing next weekend.
Yes, we do.
HPR wrap
Yeah,
up.
we do.
Recovery.
Wrap it up.
A little bit.
Start it
And might
wrap it up.
might be a little bit of Bonneville preview.
Oh, okay.
Oh, double,
Good too.
double.
Oof. Okay. Well, hold on. We better start earlier then. Okay. Okay. Bye, friends. See you at the track.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels moving.